Pochissime domande, va bene. Già perché non sono facciamo davanti il minimo, dopo che
Yeah. Okay, we're ready to go with the last session of the day. Thank you so much for sticking around until now. Today it has been a very full program, I'm aware. So this is the last stretch before the gala dinner and before sort of the relax of the day. And it starts with a very interesting talk by Marta from Privacy Network. Let me introduce you to her a little bit with a couple of words. So Marta is a graduate student in digital humanities at the University of Pisa, and currently she's a PhD student in AI and society. Her work is dedicated to uncovering and addressing algorithmic bias arising from AI applications. Her research interests are tied to enhancing the transparency and explainability of automated decision-making processes and combating hate speech on social media platforms. Together with her PhD work, she also actively engages in advocacy as a member of Privacy Network. Privacy Network is an organization committed to safeguarding digital rights. And today, Marta is going to tell us all about it in her talk, Public Administration Audit and Advocacy for Digital Rights.
Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I'm really glad to not talk about my research for the first time in my PhD. So this is the outline of my talk. I briefly present the association, then our projects in general, and then I'll focus to the project in which I'm more involved, which is the Automated Administration Observatory, and I'll wrap up with some current and new direction. So Privacy Network is a nonprofit association that promotes digital culture of privacy and responsible use of technology. And we try to address the technological innovation to engage in the defense of human rights. And we try to bring these themes beyond academics, beyond legal expert, and beyond professional in general to the general public. The purpose of our association was motivated by the dangers that technology and AI specifically pose to fundamental rights, as we are seeing during this conference. And the perspective that we are embracing is putting the human at center and leverage on technology as a mean to serve humanity, rather the other way around, right? So not using technology to exert power or discriminate against certain group of people. We are divided in the departments. I'm part of the advocacy and policy team. There is the legal team, there is the research team, and then the communication team, and that's mainly us. Some people are gone from this wall. Some new people have entered, but yeah. The website is in Italian, so the screenshot from the website will be in Italian, but I'll talk on them in English, of course. Then, moving on to some projects that we did. We did this privacy kit. Basically, we collect some reviews on tools designed to help citizens to protect their privacy and assert their rights related to privacy. For example, we collected some reviews on browsers or emails and things like that. And we are trying to maintain it and to update it. Okay. We participated in the campaign Freedom All that was about data during COVID. And as we all know, political decision makers are increasingly based their choices and their decision on data that are not publicly available, that are not transparent, and therefore, for example, in Italy, the decisions about risk zone during COVID was taken based on this data, and the rationales behind them was not clear and accessible to the public. Therefore, this campaign, we, together with other associations, requested the Italian government for open and machine-readable data on the COVID emergency, and in general, an increased level of transparency of these processes at the government level. This is the logo. Which means data as common good. Okay, and then we signed and wrote this letter as a response to the letter of the Future of AI Institute, which advocated for a pause on Giant's experiment on AI, while we, together with other associations, advocate for the need for rules and not pauses on AI. And then finally, we do this Privacy Week Festival, which is an event where we talk about themes like privacy, digital citizens, and it's usually happening in Milan during September. So you're all invited to come and engage with us next year. But let's come to the focus of my topic, this project called Automated Administration Observatory. Let's start with some context. Governments are turning to algorithms to automate it, as we saw during these days, and support decision-making processes. And some examples are health, welfare allocation, or, I don't know, predictive justice. And the need for this automation is motivated by simplifying and reducing costs, and augmenting the quality of the service. We are doubting that, of course, and the increase of efficiency. But there are some risks, of course, that comes from a non-transparent and not responsible use of these automated services in public administration, since these services have a real impact on life of citizens. And the most severe case and scenario for us is when people are subjected to automated decisions without being aware, or without being put in the condition of being aware that they are subject to an AI, let's say. So some risks from this not responsible framing and use of technology in public administration is the responsabilization of the administration, which does not use the AI system or the I don't know, algorithm as a support tool, but delegates the decision-making ability, right? And other risks come from the scalability of these algorithmic outputs that return a decision for millions of people simultaneously, and creating groups and categories that are arbitrarily defined by the machine, and people are not involved in this process. Other issues, of course, are the lack of assessment, both in the design phase and the test phase and the deployment phase, and the fact that these processes are handled in a naive way. The observatory, in this sense, it's a dissemination process about automated systems used in the Italian public administration. We want to engage with people, to give them and us tools to access information, and to hold public administration accountable, and being able to exercise our rights. It's addressed to individuals, media, civil society, and also it's a chance for the administrations to clearly highlight the critical issues between these systems. A little clarification. We do not include just algorithms that use AI or that leverage on machine learning, but also simple algorithmic systems. Um, because even without AI, technology itself can cause harm, right? And it's not about the type of technology or computer systems adopted, but the management of the entire process and the humans that are behind them, right? So we try to broaden our scope. But we focus on the public sector because in ideally it should be easy to scrutinize it. We should have rights towards the public, and because the decision of this public administration impacts us all. It's not a new tool to have a register of systems used in public administration, but in some cities it's a public registers. While in Italy this resource is lacking, and we are trying to engage with this gap. Okay. The guiding principles that we tried to formalize also for the dissemination part of our projects are principles that we have heard during these days, and they are the participatory and fair design. So these principles should guide the adoption of these systems in the public administration, in theory. And then the transparency, of course, the accountability, and lastly, a continuous cycle of monitoring and supervision of these systems to ensure their quality, their fairness, their effectiveness. Coming from the reflection that we perform and conduct through the observatory, we came out with some recommendations. So the need of impact assessment in all phases, as we all said, the involvement of the citizens in the public debate, and the adoption of proactive measures to prevent harm before our rights are endangered. And we see activism as a way to spot these inequalities and these inequalities. The workflow of the observatory is that we received a report of some system used in a public administration, and the report could be just one of us reading the news. Then we perform some research and we try to contact the administration to get some information. Then we, through the legal team, perform legal requests to access through the Freedom of Information Act. We request an access to, I don't know, we pose very specific questions about the data that they are using, the kind of algorithms that are using, and from this space we have some results. Mainly they do not respond, or if they do, usually the response is not adequate, so we try to do another round of requests. And with the information that we have, we disseminate the system and we add it to our observatory, and we continue this cycle of monitoring. So we gathered few systems until now, like 15. And yeah, right now we are working on these algorithms that was used and that is used to allocate schools position, high school position for professor teaching position, and the system presented some unjust mechanism, meaning roles were assigned to individuals with fewer qualification than others, or incorrected roles were assigned with respect to the preferences expressed by the teachers. And this was the result of course, bugs in the code, but also manual errors coming from the people who have entered the numbers of open position. And from these flaws, actual teachers did not get a job or get a job in another region. There were a lot of mess in Italy for this. And the same algorithms was used the year after this mess. Some damage were repaired, but we are trying to contact unions to understand the quantity of people impacted and how the legal recourses went, and we are trying to investigate this with the people with the subjects of these automatic decisions that went wrong. And the observatory is a collective project. So if you have some reports to do, please reach out to us. We are trying to maintain the scope in Italy, but there is a part of the observatory that tries to enlarge the scope beyond Italy. So feel free to reach out. Okay, so right now we are dealing with digital policy with other associations, and we are trying to explore the topic of mass surveillance, also with respect to migrations, and we are trying to organize some events on digital literacy, even in schools. That's it. We believe that no automation can be implemented if the right mechanism for transparency, information, and explanation are lacking. And I think our position clearly aligns with the scope and perspective of this conference. And yeah, that's us again. Those are our social media if you want to follow us or reach out. Thank you.
Any questions?
Again, general question, because you said you are mainly focused on the public sector. So are you, if there's about this with the entire association, now working with the Italian government in order to
Italian, sorry?
Italian government in order to help or have consulting around digital privacy?
Around, sorry?
Around digital privacy or artificial intelligence.
Okay, regarding the AI Act, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so the project was presented to the government, but I wasn't in the association at that time, so I can't tell you details about it. Sorry. You saw that with the advocacy team and advocacy and policy team, we try to engage within the AI Act positions taken by the Italian government, and for example, during this. There's another letter, another open letter, which started from the Ada Lovelace Institute, and we sign it, and it's about the fact that the Italian government is not following the request about the regulation on foundation models, and it's following France and Germany, and we advocate for, of course, against it. Yeah. So we are trying to be in this dialogue, but it's hard to be heard.
Are you planning any event or to participate in any event in the future working do you already have a plan for the next month?
Next month, no. We have just wrapped up the Privacy Week in September. We are trying to re-embrace the events, and we are currently restructuring the association because we want some funds, and we're adjusting towards that. So no events in the next month for now.
Thank you so much. Okay, everyone, we made it. It's the end of like the second day. We're gonna start again tomorrow with just half a day. Thank you so much for your patience, but also for your insights today, really, everyone. It has been an intense but very, very insightful day. And I think we've had a lot of interesting discussions. Now we can all go, and at 8 p.m., I'll see you at the Museum of Modern Art in Bologna. It's called Mambo Cafe. The address is on the website of the conference. I'm also going to share the address once again in the WhatsApp group, so all of you can have access and no one will get lost. It is at 8. I have to remind everyone that the event is for free. Like, you're going to have free food and 2 free drinks and the band and everything for people who registered. That's what we can cover. However, the event is open, right? It's an open space. So even if people didn't register, they can just come and listen to the band and buy a drink or something. Like, everyone is welcome. Just we can only cover for registered participants the food. But I hope to see you all there, and see you there, and see you tomorrow after that. Tomorrow morning it starts at 10:30. Yeah, so you have a little bit more time to sleep, 30 minutes more, if that counts. Thank you so much. See you soon.